Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a while since I've done an unboxing video on a new guitar, and I ordered this the other day just to try it out, and I got it from Amazon, and it's a Squier Debut Series guitar, and we're going to go through it today together. Well, first of all, I thought it was double boxed, but it's actually not. It's got an actual cardboard tray inside of the main box, and all you have to do is slide it out. Well, inside that tray appears to be a styrofoam wrap guitar, so let's unwrap this. Here's a little package with your tools and your tremolo bar. Alright, well, it's not a bad looking guitar inside. I still have a little bit of unpacking to do, but as you can see here, it's got this nice little sunburst finish on it. It's a two-color sunburst. It's got a 3-ply pickguard, white, black, white, and otherwise it seems to be pretty well packaged and looks like a fairly standard Squier Stratocaster. Let's dig in just a little bit further. I like it when guitars come with that paper wrap over the frets because you never know if the strings get banged against the frets in transit, if they're going to get divots in them. So far I can already tell the guitar has a laurel wood fretboard, and it has a 21 fret neck, obviously 3 single coils and a tremolo system. There's no skunk strap on the back of the neck, but it looks like a fairly nice finish. It's pretty satin and basic though. These are crafted in China, like a lot of Squier's newer guitars. The headstock shape is a standard Stratocaster, but the logo is a little bit different than I'm used to. It's really just an outline of a Squier logo instead of one that's actually filled in. There's only one string tree, so that's a little bit different than I'm used to. The overall weight of the guitar is around 6.6 pounds. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and get it tuned up, and then we'll check out some of the electronics. Alright, well, with a closer view of the body now, you can definitely see this matte finish. It's kind of cool, and it's really not that smooth. It's got a little bit of a texture to it. At any rate, let's check out these electronics. And the neck pickup's passive resistance is 4.89 kiloohms. The middle pickup is a little hotter at 5 kiloohms. And the bridge pickup is about 5.16 kiloohms. So the pickups get a little hotter as you progress from neck to bridge. Before I get to any real teardown here, let me talk about a couple of specs on this guitar that are worth noting. So the neck is a pretty standard 9.5 inch radius. The frets are kind of a medium height. They're not super tall, and the neck's very comfortable to play. I will say that out of the box, the intonation was a little bit off and the string height is a little bit high. I haven't actually looked at the pickup height. I would need to reset the string height first, but I can tell that it's probably close because they are at least staggered where the bridge pickup is higher than the neck. The nut is a 42 millimeter nut, so how that compares to the regular Squier lineup, I think the Affinity was a 40 millimeter nut, and I don't know if it still is, but it has traditionally been a 40 millimeter nut. So this is actually a little bit closer to a Starcaster or a Squier SE neck, which is actually quite nice, especially if you have bigger hands or bigger fingers. As far as the body goes, I haven't opened this thing up yet, which I will do next, but I haven't opened it up yet to determine whether or not it's solid wood, but it's definitely close to about 1.5 inches thick, which is very close to an early Affinity body. All right, let's dig into this thing and find out what's inside. All right, let me zoom in on this neck pocket for you. Okay, so here you can see we have a solid wood body. It's not plywood. It's definitely some kind of lighter wood, basswood or poplar, and it's got a very soft feel to it. And they use masking tape as a shim. Let's take a closer look at the inside and the electronics. Alright, so here's the underside of the pickguard, and you can see we've got ceramic bar magnets and mini pots and the PCB style switch. It's all pretty standard for the entry-level Squier. The routing, as you can see, is an HSH style routing, and there's plenty of space for your humbucker screws to go deep if you need to install some long screws. There is no shielding paint inside this body, so no shielding of any kind. And they don't even use shielded wire going to the jack, so there's really not any protection from any sort of electrical interference. And before I put the pickguard back on, I just wanted to check the pot values because there are no markings of any kind on these pots, but they are 250K pots. I have noticed on some of the Chinese Squiers previously they've used 500K pots, and I just don't think they sound quite right, but I'm glad to see that they have the traditional values here. But while I put this thing back together, I just wanted to mention I did check out the capacitor value as well, and it's a traditional 47 nanofarad capacitor. I'm glad to see that they've used a lot of traditional parts in these things. I think they just wanted to make this thing as true as possible to a vintage Stratocaster as they could, even though clearly there's a lot of money saving involved with the thinner body and the ceramic pickups, mini pots, and some of the other money saving measures. Of all the money saving measures they've done on this thing, the one that I don't mind at all is the matte finish. I think the matte finish looks really cool, and I actually think this might make a pretty good modding platform. Especially because I really like the neck. That 42mm nut is a really nice touch. Well, the last measurement I've taken on this thing is I checked out the neck pocket, and it looks like it's about a 2 3/16 inch neck pocket, which is about a 56mm neck pocket. Alright, well that's about it for our examination of this thing, and now you know all the parts and pieces that make it up. And like I said, my overall assessment of it is, it's a great entry-level guitar. Probably the best one that Squier has released in many years. My interest in it is probably more in a modding platform, and I just really needed to know what was inside one of these things. But now that I know it's got a solid body and a really nice neck, I think it's a great platform for some upgrades. I hope y'all enjoy these teardown and inspection videos, and it's been a while since I've done one, so please let me know. Thank you all for all the likes and the comments. I really appreciate the subscriptions. Check out my Amazon links. You can actually find this thing on Amazon, and I'll see you guys next time.